I'm Minu. Today is a very special day for me because it's my favorite character's birthday, that is Harry Potter. Yes, he is the creation of the famous writer, that is J.K. Rowling. So both J.K. Rowling and Harry Potter celebrate their birthday on July 31st every year. So I've read all the 7 books of J.K. Rowling's. Actually, she's a superb genius. She creates an atmosphere and makes us feel as if we are present in that atmosphere. And really, she has a great idea, many twists, and all emotions are mixed in those books. So surely try that book. And today I'm planning to make a cake for my favorite character, that is Harry Potter. So let's see how to make the cake. I'll be showing it in the video. Hello everyone, I'm Minu. Today I'm going to do my first cookery, that is I'm going to bake a cake today, as it is the birthday of Harry Potter as well as J.K. Rowling. And also today my mother's channel Genius Passion completes 1 year of its journey. So today, with all these occasions, and also this is a week, friendship week, with all these occasions coming together, I'm going to bake a cake today. So for that, here I've taken 2 eggs. Now let's add into this 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence. So let's add 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence into this container. Now we have to beat this up well. Okay, let's beat it well now. So now we have finished beating our egg and vanilla essence over here. Now into this let's add half cup of powdered sugar. We should add it little by little, not at a time, all at a time. So let's add it little by little. The reason behind adding this is when we add this powdered sugar, our eggs will be getting more fluffier, and when our eggs are fluffier, then our cake will be more spongy. So that is the reason we are adding powdered sugar. Now we have added little by little. Now let's beat. So now we have finished beating our egg and powdered sugar over here. So we have got our egg so fluffy over here. Now into this let's add our dry ingredients. So now into this we have to add our dry ingredients. Before adding our dry ingredients, first we have to sieve them. So that's why I've taken a sieve over here. And the reason why we are sieving over here is that we don't want any lumps in our mixture, so that is the reason we are sieving over here, so that we'll get it in a fine way. So into this let's add 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 1/4 cup of cocoa powder, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, half teaspoon of baking soda. So now we have added all our dry ingredients. Now let's finely sieve them. Here you can see the lumps over here. So now we have to just smash them with a spoon, so we get them in the form of a powder again. And again let's sieve it. So now we have sieved all our dry ingredients finely over here. Now we need not use any beater, because when we use beater our cake will become hard. So that is the reason. Let's take a spatula, and with that we have to do a special method of mixing, that is fold and cut method. So I'll show you how to do it. Fold and cut, fold and cut. Now here we have finished folding our batter. Here actually I'm going to do a chocolate cake. Actually, according to Harry Potter books and all, Harry Potter gets a chocolate cake on his 11th birthday. So that is the reason I'm going to make chocolate cake over here. Now into this, I'm not going to add any butter. Instead of butter, I'm going to add vegetable oil and curd. Okay. Now let's add 1/4 cup of oil, 1/4 cup of oil, and 1/4 cup of curd. Let's add it. So here, instead of butter, we have added 1/4 cup of oil and 1/4 cup of curd. Now let's again do the same method, fold and cut method. So here now our batter is ready. So if you feel that the batter is a bit hard to mix, you can add little bit of milk. Now here we have to maintain this consistency. So now let's transfer this into a baking tray. So here I have greased my baking tray with a cooking spray, and below the down part of the baking tray I have placed a butter paper. So whenever we fill this batter into a baking tray, we have to make sure of one thing, that we have to fill 1/4. We have to leave 1/4 of this tray, and then we have to fill not to the brim of this tray. If you fill in that way, then there are chances of the batter to overflow. So that is the reason we have to leave 1/4 of this area, and then we have to fill our batter. So now into this, let's fill our batter. So we have filled our batter into this baking tray. Now you can see air bubbles in over here. So we have to let out the air bubbles. If the air bubbles are there, then when our cake bakes out, it will not be fully baked. So that is the reason we have to let out the air bubbles. Now let's give it a tap like this. So now we have let out all the air bubbles. Now let's move on to the process of baking. Now here we are going to bake a cake without using oven. We are going to use gas stove. So here I've taken a pan over here. So I've already preheated it for 15 minutes earlier. Now let's open the lid. So now we have already preheated our pan. We should not place the baking tray directly into this pan, because the base of the cake will be burnt. So that is the reason we have to place a small lid or stand or rack or something. You can place it over here, and then we have to place our baking tray into this pan. So now we have finished placing our baking tray over here. Now for the first 10 minutes we have to switch the flame to high flame, and then for next 25 to 30 minutes we have to switch the flame from low to medium flame. So now let's close the lid and bake it well. For the first 10 minutes we have to switch the flame to high flame, then we have to switch the flame to low to medium flame. So 10 minutes is done. Now let's switch the flame from low to medium flame and cook it for 25 to 30 minutes. Then we'll get a nice aroma of our cake. Then we will get to know that our cake is baked. So now let's switch the flame from low to medium flame and wait for 25 to 30 minutes. 25 minutes is done. Now let's open the lid and let's see how far our cake is baked. So yummy, it looks yummy over here. Now let's see how well it's cooked by taking a skewer. Let's pierce it through. So here you can see it's clear. We don't have any batter sticking to our skewer. So then that shows that our cake has baked well over here. Now let's take this baking tray aside and place it aside for our cake to cool down. Then we can easily demold our cake. Now we are going to make chocolate ganache over here. For that we have to double boil our chocolate. We should not boil it directly on flame. So that is the reason I've taken a container over here with water in it, and I've switched on the flame so that it starts to boil. And once it starts to boil, we have to place a glass ball in it, and then we have to add chocolates. So let's wait till it boils up. Our water has started to boil over here. Now into this let's place our glass bowl. The reason why I've taken a glass bowl is that you can see the double boiling happening over here. So now into this let's add a chocolate. So here I'm going to add dark chocolate, a bar of dark chocolate over here. You can see over here, because of the steam, our chocolate bar is starting to melt over here. So once it half melts over here, then we have to add little bit of butter. So let us wait for this to melt, half melt. So now our chocolate bar is half melted over here. Now into this let's add 1 tablespoon of butter. So now let's mix this well. So here we are adding butter so that our chocolate ganache has a glazing effect. Now let's mix this well. Now into this let's add milk, 1/4 cup of milk, little by little, not all at a time, so that we maintain the consistency. So our chocolate ganache is ready over here. You have to maintain this consistency. Now let's switch off the flame. So now our cake is cooled down over here. Now let's loosen its sides so that we can demold it easily. So we have loosened the sides. Now let's demold it on a plate. Now let's remove this butter paper and let's again reverse it. So we got a yummy delicious chocolate cake over here, and it's very spongy. Now let's cut the top layer so that we get evenly. So here now we have cut the top layer so that we get it evenly, and rest of the part of the cake we have cut it into two. So this is the first part and this is the second part. Now let's transfer it into a cake base. Now here we have cut the cake into two. Now onto this let's add our chocolate ganache. Let's spread it evenly on all sides. We have spread the chocolate ganache evenly on all sides. Now onto this let's place our second layer of the cake, and let's repeat the same process. Let's add chocolate ganache and let's spread it evenly. Now we have finished spreading our chocolate ganache over the cake. Now we have to refrigerate it for 1 hour, and once it sets, then we have to add the rest of the chocolate ganache over it. 1 hour is done, so our cake is set over here. Now once again let's add chocolate ganache over it. Now our cake is set. All we have got to do is pipe over it. So here I am doing green piping according to the book. Actually there is green piping over there. So let us do the piping. Now we have finished piping over here. Don't worry about the spilling. That's a gift from Hagrid to Harry. So Hagrid's English would be so right. So that's why his piping would be like this, in the same way. So actually he travels a long way, so the cake would be in the right condition. There will be some cracks, so let's do the same way. So we draw a line from E, then from H, then we stop there, and from A we start and we go till H, and then we come down and one cut. So this is how the cake looks if you are going according to the novel. So now our Harry Potter birthday cake is ready over here. So now our Harry Potter birthday cake is ready over here. This is the first cake I have ever made. So let's see how it looks. Let's cut it. So now I am eating on behalf of Harry Potter. It tastes very good, okay? Surely you should try this one. So this is my first cookery, the first cake I've ever made. So it has come out really well, more than I've expected. If you like this video, share it with your friends, like, and if you're watching it for the first time, subscribe to my channel. I'll be coming up with much more interesting videos. Till then, stay tuned to my channel. Bye.